Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Today, I want to talk about something very important near to me, and that is what's it's been going on for a while, but I just want to tackle it. Blaming hip hop, in particular, rap music, for the violence in America. Now, some people may be new to this particular topic. Others may say, "Well, this is this is old." And in fact, to be honest with you, it is a very old topic. This has been going on, from my recollection since the late 80s, early 90s, with the invention of gangster rap, right? For quite some time, rap was known as party music because it was mainly the DJ, playing the records, and the MC, the one microphone, would be the one telling everybody how good the DJ was. Fast forward, you know, the MC, the rappers themselves gained more prominence, and they wanted to talk about their lives. Okay, well, what they were going through, like poetry, like a story in rhyme and with a rhythm. So this goes on. Rap is becoming popular. It's always been popular amongst people in the neighborhood, but it's become more popular, become more mainstream, I should say. And for that period of time, rap was good. When it was all about partying and having a good time and all that stuff, it was good. It was good. It didn't become a problem until the rappers started discussing the other side of the game, I should say. Meaning, when it was all positive and it was all the hip, the hop, the hip, and all that stuff, when it was all positive and feeling good and having a good time, the media never had a problem with it. Never had a problem with rap. Never, never, never. When Rapper's Delight came out, the media was not banning for albums to be, taken off the shelves and all that stuff. No. It wasn't until rappers became brave enough to talk about many of the issues that went on in their neighborhood. And in a lot of cases, most, if not all, the rappers had pretty much the same story. They lived in an impoverished neighborhood, single parent household, drugs and violence and gangs all around, people getting killed, their best friends killed, going to jail, either them or somebody they know, things like that. And when the rappers started to put that into the music, it was still good as long as it wasn't touching the children of the record label owners, right? Like, you can talk about your issues as long as it doesn't come over here and mess with our kids. By our, you know what I'm talking about, right? The record label execs children. As long as they weren't touching, as long as they weren't listening to it, as long as they want to hear NWA, it was good. The moment those children, those white children, those white suburban children, started to pick up the albums and hear F the Police and hear Colors and hear Fight the Power and hear The Message, and they started to hear KRS-One, they started to hear about Rakim. Now all of a sudden, there's a problem. There's a uproar of mothers and dads talking about, well, this music is violent, this music is horrible, this isn't real music, this is trash. And I'm old enough to remember that when they used to take the albums take the albums from NWA or Two Live Crew, and they used to throw them on the ground and step on the record, step on the CDs, right? Step on the CDs and take an actual steamroller and roll over and crush the CDs, right? And that was the beginning of when they had the little warning labels. If you look at any record that has adult language or adult content, they have a little small label on the bottom somewhere. Rap did that, especially more specifically, Two Live Crew. Two Live Crew was the reason why they put the parental advisory stickers on there, right? Because of their content, right? Now, keep this in mind. Like I said before, when it was just little black kids and stuff dancing and all that stuff, no one, no one was worried. It wasn't until Two Live Crew reached the white kids and they started dancing to Me So Horny. Now all of a sudden we got to stop this, and that started the whole, rap is the reason for the violence. Now anybody with some bit of common sense will tell you that's completely BS. I forgot who said that. I think Chuck D said rap is the CNN of the black community. Rap pretty much reports what it sees. Like CNN, like any other news channel, they see something, they observe it, they write it down, and then they report it. It's just the only difference between CNN and Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five is they put it in rhyme. CNN doesn't, but you still report something. So if you see, like in the '80s, they talk about the crack epidemic in the '80s, where there was a huge wave of just drugs going into the hoods, the ghettos, the inner cities, as people want to say, aka black communities. No one was blinking an eye. No one was blinking an eye when the black communities were being affected horribly by this epidemic in the '80s. I was born. I was born in the '80s in DC during the crack epidemic. Okay, I know what I'm talking about. I'm old enough to remember that. But no one said anything when it was just poor black neighborhoods. It wasn't a problem until white kids, mainly rich white kids, were affected by this same thing. How do we know this? Rappers have been talking about drugs in the neighborhood for years. It's nothing new. For 30 years straight, rappers have been talking about drugs and seeing drug addicts and crack babies and, women strung out. Nothing new. Pardon me, back to what I was saying. Right. Rappers have been talking about drugs in the neighborhood for years, for 30 years straight, and they still do it to this day. No one said anything. In fact, when we talk about when rappers were talking about drugs in the neighborhood, we had to put a parental advisory sticker on there. Why? Because the white kids started to buy the albums and listening to these words, and they were being exposed to a lifestyle that they have never heard before, have never seen before, and probably will never see. Right? That's when the parents got all up in arms. We got to stop this. This must be stopped. This must be banned. That's why. When there was the black kids being affected by crack, no one said anything. When there was the black crack babies, no one said anything. When on the Brenda Got a Baby video by Tupac, when Brenda puts her baby in the trash can, there was no uproar by the news back then when that video came out. None whatsoever. I remember that video. No politician said, "Wow, this is madness. We must help these people, do better for themselves so they won't have to make a video about putting a baby in a trash can." No one said anything. It wasn't until white kids got affected by this music that all of a sudden, oh, we gotta stop it. How do we know this? Rappers are still talking about drugs to this day. Instead of being crack and heroin, is Xanax and Percocets and all that stuff. No one cared about Future's song Molly Percocets. He says it in the chorus. No one said anything. It wasn't until white kids were ODing on Molly and Percocets that people got an uproar about it. And because of stories like this, people have blamed rap for the violence in America. That's not true. Hell, our national anthem got violence in it. What about those movies? Do we ever blame Al Pacino for portraying Scarface or Michael Corleone? Do we ever blame him? What about Robert De Niro? Steven Seagal? Do they ever get blamed for the violence in America? Because those movies and stuff, I mean, Godfather came out before rap. Before there was rap, there was The Godfather. Do we blame any of those people for the movies back then? What about those gangster movies in the 40s and 30s? What about those movies? Are they a part of the violence in America? Or is it just because we talk about the violence in America that we're held to a higher or different standard than the people who actually put it on the big screen? What about that? All the Quentin Tarantino movies. Is that do we blame him? What are we doing? Is it just okay? Well, your violence is affecting us. Wait. We're telling no black neighborhood just automatically start off as as impoverished. No. If you check your history, most of not all black neighborhoods did not start off as impoverished. It got that way. How did it get that way? Policies. High unemployment rate, you will have high crime. Wherever there's a group of people, I don't care if you're black or not, if there's a group of people who cannot find a means to support themselves and their families, you will have violence. No one talked about when the Irish came over to America, or the Italians or the Jews came over to America, they had gangs too. No one talks about them. Why not? What about when the Chinese came over and they had their gangs over here? No one talked about that. Why is it that when we have the same circumstances as other people who came over to this country, we're penalized a lot more harsher, even though we were here before them? And everybody in the world, including us, knows why we are in the condition that we're in. But we still get chastised. We make an art form, hip hop, rap in particular. We get blamed for the violence in America based off from our art form. We get blamed for it. But how many movies get blamed for the violence in America that came up before rap? So what is it really? Is it really the rap music that's that's bringing America down? Is it really? Because I can list a couple of Johnny Cash songs that got a lot of violence in it. I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. That was Johnny Cash. What we talking about? I fell into a burning ring of fire. Went down, down, down. The flames getting higher. Really? Do we accredit Johnny Cash for the violence in America? What about rock and roll? What about the heavy metal groups? Death metal, as it's called. Interesting. Just a little thought. Anyway, I just want to throw that out there just to talk about that, get the ball rolling with some things. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Catch y'all later. Peace.